picture about the position you play in the slot. Seems like over the last few years, the pay for receivers at that position has really gone up. Players who play that position in the draft, for example, seems like they're getting valued more and more. What do you see sort of schematically from your side of the ball, how that's becoming an emphasis in the NFL?
I want to think the numbers show that, offenses are in 11 personnel, majority of the season and majority of the game. So that third wide receiver is kind of extremely more valuable, not just, before he kind of be used just on third downs and brought in that package being, like I said, guys, teams are running sub offenses, for all three downs. So that's kind of increased the value of it, on the offensive side. So therefore, on defense, we kind of have to match that. So the slot guys and more of the nickel guys in the third and fourth corners are kind of increasing their value because, like I said, the offense are using their receivers, that much more.
Do you feel like the slot term used to be sort of like, in a sense, people would consider it limited. What do you think about that, about how that perception might be changing nowadays?
I wouldn't say so much. I think, especially in our defense, guys line up outside, inside, and a little bit of both. And I think the way football is starting to trend, just being able, the more you can do, within the defense. So not just, like I said, not limiting yourself to just being able to play the slot, being able to play outside, and vice versa.
Next question, Alan Siegel, followed by Ian Steele.
Thanks, Stacey. Thanks, Jonathan, for doing this. Appreciate it. It's interesting to hear you talk about the virtual meetings and stuff, and obviously this is a different time, and the NBA, NHL talking about coming back, but no fans in the stands. So I'm wondering if you've given any thought to you personally, maybe talking with your teammates about what it might be like going forward, possibly playing without fans in the stands, if that happens.
It definitely be a little bit different. I think that's, a bridge we have to cross when we get there. But it'd be different, but it's possible. Like you said, certain teams, NASCAR's kind of started the trend with it now. They were first to give it a try. So it's definitely possible. It'd be something we just have to learn to adapt to.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Yes, sir.
Ian Steele, followed by Yanni Caracas.
Hi, Jonathan. How you doing?
Hey, Ian, how's it going?
Good. Thanks for taking the time. I'm curious, we just recently had the draft and undrafted free agency. Oh. You good?
Yes, sir.
That's all right. With the draft and undrafted free agency and the rookies starting to get going a little bit, it kind of brought me back to thinking about your story, about how you came in as maybe one of the low men on the totem pole and worked your way kind of a Patriots-like way from special teams to a real contributor on the defense. And what you may share with some of the young guys in terms of, how to make the team as, one of those guys coming in.
That's big. Opportunity is extremely important. And I think the organization that we're in, everyone gets the opportunity. Whether you're a first-round guy or undrafted guy, you have your opportunity. For the young guys, I just definitely say you never know when the opportunity is going to come, so you must be prepared, whatever it may be. It may be special teams role, for a year, and that might not be your own personal goals, but you have to stay the course and improve. And I think improvement is also key. Daily, from day to day, I think that's extremely important just to improve.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Yes, sir.
We'll do two final questions, Yanni Caracas and Zach Cox. Go ahead, Yanni.
Hey, Jonathan, how are you? I wanted to see what your reaction was when you saw your schedule. Fans and media alike, we always, it's a big night for us. What do you think about what is the hardest schedule in the NFL based on opponent winning percentage from a year ago? 5 primetime games. You have the 2 games in LA. What jumps out to you from the schedule?
Hey, Yanni, how's it going? First of all, I'd say I guess I'm conditioned by Bill. I've been here for going on 5 years, so I'm conditioned to just know every year is a new year. Every team's a new team. Everybody has changes, and their win percentages from last year kind of really doesn't matter. Teams that go 0-6 to start, and then pick up better. So, I mean, just taking it, one day at a time. And I think the first thing we have to do is get in training camp and figure out who we are as a team. That's where it's really going to start. And then, like I said, teams evolve, as the season goes on, as every year. But we have to figure out who we are first, and the other teams really don't matter at this point.
And we'll make this the last question. Zach Cox, apologies to anybody else I didn't get to, but Zach, you got the final question.
Hey, John, thanks again for doing this. I know you touched on this a little bit earlier, but given the fact that you guys might not have nearly as much kind of on-field practice this offseason, how beneficial do you think it'll be to have the level of continuity that you guys have in your cornerback room with basically everybody from last year coming back this year?
I think that'd be, extremely, extremely advantage for us if we use it to that advantage. Like I said, to continue to get on our communication, to stay on the same page. I know we said that, use the word communication over and over because, in football, that's so key, just to make sure you get 11 guys, to see the same picture at the same time. So in the back end, just having those guys who've seen the same thing, over and over. And there's, subtle communication between each other that we've grown understanding. So just getting back to that once we get on the field, I think we'll be a step ahead. But like I said, we have to continue that, with these meetings. It's just kind of refresh that.